Which is from the Hostile tribe of Nigeria, which means Thursday. I was born on Thursday. Some of y'all know me as Thursday's Angel, and some of y'all know me as Ali. So y'all gonna see all three of her today. So in the essence of Thursday's Angel, I'm gonna say, good evening, kings and queens. Good evening. Yes. In the essence of Ali Nagai, I'm gonna say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And in the essence of Ali, I'm gonna say, hey y'all, hey, let's get crunk. Hey. So y'all gonna see all three of her this evening. Okay. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. I am 8 years old when I see my mother's lights being smacked out of her face by a man she claims she loves. She shines too bright, and it's his job to dim her. He saw her strength as a form of disrespect. Yet she still tried to illuminate his darkness, be his heaven to his hell, heal his inner child, and told him that a fist was more powerful than a heart. Both the same size, but one beats differently. His clenched hands playing a melody of fear, anger, and rage, a tune he had danced to all his life, because when he fell, his distress was met by a punch to his chest. Stand up, don't cry, be a man. Hurting, he created fake smiles with broken violin strings, playing a symphony of the misconception of how tough and strong he could appear to the world. Y'all know, rough like hard oyster shells. But woman be the knife, cutting into his insecurities with sweet words of encouragement, revealing the pearl of his true essence. See, without the woman, you would never know your true treasure within. Balancing your masculine energy, we are the yang to your yin. Composing harmonies from each note of the sad song that beats your manhood into you like a drum. Blinded by your pride, the woman see the truth behind your lies. They will reward you for sticking your fattest flute into anything that can make the highest pitch. Shattering the true spiritual connection between a man and a woman, we fix your broken wings off the feathers of our own backs. As the miseducated man hangs his dough, ego becomes a noose dangling like strange fruit from the tree of life that has birthed you. Still pulling at our roots with words like bitch, hoe, slut, and dot. Knowing the destruction of us will be the end of your own demise, woman be the tree branch, growing her arms strong enough to hug you and whip the rope of your own demise. Bent but never broken, we feed you with the nectar from our own breast, for you are malnourished with the stereotypes of war over peace, strength over vulnerability, anger over understanding. A woman makes it her business to understand your pain while she is hurting. By the lion man's false deception, crowned as a player, a pimp, and a mac of the delusional kingdom of manhood. But I must believe there are explosions in the sky that unites us like Milky Ways in the galaxy, and the eclipse of who you are as a man. Because somewhere in the world, there is an 8-year-old little girl rocking back and forth to James Brown, loud enough to drown out the sound of the punches to her mother's face. She thinks to herself, if this is truly a man's world, there is nothing without a boy or a girl. She realized why this planet is so fucked up. Woo! Woo! They taught me how to bounce that ass and squirt some hips and swallow while making sound effects. Oh, I heard the way they have to say something about representation of a black woman like Lauryn Hill. But they ain't get me very far. So I ate the pervasive stereotype. And what you eat is who you are. And I'm a bad bitch.
Say that.
With long hair weaves and butt injections, spitting all types of sexual innuendos to make every man fall to his knees. Cause that's the way mainstream media sees a black woman, you know. And if I post enough, they get pics on IG. Maybe I'll get my own reality TV show. Big booty black girls of Cleveland, or something like that. See, I'm just mimicking everything I see on radio and TV. Cause ain't nobody checking for them 14 black girls that came up missing in less than 24 hours in DC. So I'm gonna keep on screaming and cussing and twerking and yelling so everyone can see me. Just trying not to become another faded hashtag. Like Kanika Johnson and Sandra Bland. The shit is mad sad. You know, mainstream media give a black butterfly without asking the right question. Am I really a bad bitch? Or just searching for affection? Because that's not how you see it. If the black woman is so aggressive with no need for protection. Because guess what, y'all? The good black girl barely ever gets mentioned. I had to become a bad bitch in this poem. See how I got your attention? Woo! Hey! Hey! Rock with me now.
Come on.
All right. I'm on to the next piece real quick. Thank y'all so much. The rose that grew from concrete. 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 Would never be picked. Her damaged petals could never hide in a common bouquet of flowers. Even though she dresses herself up in long stem garments and twists her synthetic leaves into smiles as if everything is okay, she is still tossed away and frowned upon by the world. For they do not know her beauty tells the story of a lost and lonely girl. Struggling to survive, she was buried alive by the cement and the concrete jungles of the ghetto. Watered by the spits of society and the tears of her own wounds. She was considered fast, but no one stopped to ask who touched her in places they shouldn't have. Causing her to blossom prematurely, she stayed tightly budded. Unenlightened by negative energy, she was metabolized by abandonment and rejection. So she planted her roots in one man's flower pot to the other, hoping for protection. Growing from darkness, her photosynthesis was created by broken hearts and the stories of guilt and shame. She did hoping they would remain. She let them plant their seed inside her with fake love. Because she wanted to be picked, chosen, accepted. To belong in a rose bush of life and be a part of something that was greater than herself. Instead, she was ripped apart by the ones closest to her, cut down by the people she trusted to tend her fragile garden of imperfection. So she started to grow her thorns from the inside out, thinking if she will hurt herself first, the world can no longer do her any harm. And when she could suffer no more, she broke down on bended knees like cracked branches in a blazing flame, begging to be born again, to be so deeply rooted in herself she can love no one else and see her true beauty within. Springing into April showers, she grew longer and taller than the common flower, ascending to the heavens, being kissed by the lips of God, turning her damaged petals into wings. She began to fly, healing each broken flower that begged to die. She showed them with the right will, encouragement, and self-love. Even a rose could fly. Some call her Rose. $70,000 in debt. Oh, no, but don't fret. Statistics show that I am 10 times more likely to get a paying job than a high school graduate. But there are some words that I keep hearing every time I go to an interview that I just cannot forget. I'm sorry, Ms. Nagali, you are more than qualified, but your natural hearing just doesn't fit our description of our candidate. My natural hearing, you say? Well, this is what I have to tell you about my natural hearing. The spirit of my crown will not be calcified by your interpretation of the truth. The frequency flowing through each chord of my amplified hair follicle will speak glorified pride that will not hide behind your European helmets of shame. It is evident that you are not aware and know you cannot touch my ear. My spiritual connection, the very antenna to my soul. Curly, kinky, coily, unapologetically vibrating to the heartbeat of Mother Earth. It is our pride and glory, and each hairstyle tells a different story, an unedited expression of life. Whether it is box braided, updateable, then twist, or a retro fro, or any type of protective hairstyle, where my natural niece is at, y'all know. Our hair defies gravity, electrically charged from the stars, black mirror, the reflection of melanin. So pure and versatile, it cannot be complacent by just one look. No, this right here ain't textbook. So no matter how hard you try to duplicate it in your culture, you vulture, there is no carbon copy, cookie cutter imitation of what my DNA displays. So you can take this job and shove it. I don't care how much it pays. At least that's what I want to say. Because it has been 6 months since I graduated Fieldhouse State University, and I'm now a proud owner of a 7x10 cardstock piece of paper and $70,000 a day. And even though I majored in African American studies, all that pro-black stuff I must forget. Because the degree I brought it to only showed me how to be a sellout and get a paycheck. Last one. So this last piece is dedicated to my two boys, Calvin and Dominic, and Nipsey Hussle. In 490 BC, a man ran from the small city of Marathon to the capital of Athens before back. He ran approximately 26.2 miles, and when he reached his destination, he dies. And the creation of the first marathon is born. The irony is, our black leaders are dying with messages in their hearts. Untold stories of gold, yet all black men are running marathons from the time that they leave their mother's womb. I remember how I felt when I saw my son take his first step. Scared and excited at the same time, because I knew in that moment, with his heel and toe connected with the surface of the ground, he had begun his race. An awakening system designed to stop him from running, to stop him from moving, to stop him from growing with a toy gun or a hoodie or a hands up, a routine style from a cop. Hands up because they will shoot you even if you cannot breathe. So I tied his shoelaces with my heartstrings, poured into him my soul like Red Bull, hoping it would give him wings because I knew he was in for the race of his life. They say the race is not won by the swift, but the one who can endure to the end. So why do our black leaders keep losing? I mean, it seems like every time they pick up the pace and one has to lead, one has to be replaced. Message never fully delivered. So we keep passing the baton. From Nat Turner to Malcolm X, we pass the baton. To who you keep doing to two